Well, you know what? Going to art school prepared me really well because they just make you sit through critiques constantly where you're getting feedback whether you want it or not. And so I got used to hearing feedback about my work through art school. But then when you take on client stuff, you have to just learn to not be as precious about the things that you're drawing and think of them as like starting points for a conversation because it's a collaboration, right? It's not like me painting something that I'm going to keep in my house on my wall. It's a piece that's going to be shared with, hopefully thousands and thousands of people, right? So you want it to be the best it can be. And that comes through collaborative, process, and that comes through incorporation of feedback. Cause sometimes as artists, like you might be too hard on yourself, but you also might like have blind spots for certain things that you do that you like or whatever, but somebody else is like, oh, I can't quite read this or this doesn't quite come across. And so having that feedback really, for the most part, it's only going to make you better. It's only going to improve your work over time and also just like, make you think clearly and intentionally in the future. So I try to keep that in mind. Sometimes, feedback is hard because you love what you do and you pour your heart into it. But if you remember that it's a collaboration, it makes things go a little bit easier and it's not as heartbreaking. So
So you talked about how it's a collaborative effort and that's easy to be able to let go of the work. How did that change when it became your manuscript with You Are the Land?
man, well, editing a manuscript with a publisher is very different than, sitting on my laptop in my room alone and hammering out words and picking them really preciously. And so that idea of things being precious, you have to you have to do your best. You have to put together what you want as your concept and bring it together as strongly as you can. But then again, your publisher, your editor, they're going to have feedback for you. And so I had to learn to take the feedback, but then also be like, you know what? I really love this part and I want to keep it. And so if there isn't like a real reason to change it, then like, let me keep it, So you have to learn when to advocate for yourself, but you also have to learn when, it's like, is this a hill I need to die on sort of thing? If they want to rearrange, a lot of the times it's like, let's put this word over here instead of here, And so you have to like evaluate whether it's worth protesting it or not.